Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Judy Dahlgren. I am a maker for Close to My Heart, and today I'm going to be putting together a scrapbook kit that I created using the Complete Creativity Cricut designs that Close to My Heart has provided to us. So I just want to do this quick voiceover and quick video for anyone who has bought one of these kits. As you can see there, I do a prototype page, and I showed where I stamped around the edges, and then I'm pulling out everything that is in the kit. I stamped the edges in the kit for all of the layouts because anyone who buys the kit won't have that border stamp, but I wanted them to see how it was done. So I'm taking out all the pieces that are in the kit, and these are some of the Cricut cuts, and you can see some of the fringe didn't cut precisely, but that's okay because that's the effect I'm going for with this layout, is a distressed, non-perfect fringe. So I'm taking my sponge applicators and finding the colors that I need, and I think I'm looking for pink and purple, so that I can sponge the edges and distress that fringe. Yep, there's flamingo and grape ink. And as I'm sponging, I'm distressing and folding up those edges, and that's fine. And then I use my fingers to go ahead and distress some more. And I cut out a lot of that because you don't need to see me distress and color every single one of these fringes. Next, I'm going to lay them out how I want them on my page, and you can put them close together or far apart. Just put the adhesive on the piece that, on the upper part of the fringe where there isn't fringe, the part that's solid and non-cut. Then you can tuck those other layers underneath. And I got out my ruler to help me adhere that first one to get it straight, because I try to eyeball things, but I don't always get it straight. So I find a ruler to start it off is a good choice for me. I'm using liquid glass to adhere these. It's nice because I can get a really strong hold, but I have a little bit of wiggle room before it is set. And then I'm going to just look and see how I have my other layout in comparison to the one I made, the prototype. And then all the little pieces that are cut out included in the kit in a little bag, the pre-stamped unicorns. Okay, now I'm going to get ready to glue all these together. And I start with the letters onto the dream title. And if I get too much glue on it, I will tap it off onto my non-stick craft mat. That way it doesn't ooze out the sides. And I was going along and watching this video, and I remembered that I make a mistake, and here it is. Yeah, I put adhesive on the wrong side of the A, but we'll see how I fix that in the end, so stay tuned for that. Okay, then I put a lot of adhesive on that heart to make sure it's stuck down, because those fringe pieces are pretty dimensional. And this is how I fixed that mistake. Since the A had the liquid adhesive on that side, I just added liquid adhesive to all of it. And then I'm going to use some ultra fine transparent glitter to add to the dreamy effect. And that worked out great. I love how it turned out. And I'm going to show you how I colored everything. First, I'm going to put that little tab together. And I distress all the edges of the flowers with the flamingo and the grape inks from Close to My Heart. Love their inks. And I also did the little leaves with, I believe it was clover or evergreen. And I fold them up to give them extra dimension and texture to the page. those are the colors that I'm going to be using to color all of these pieces. These are the tri-blend markers. They have a light, medium, and dark color in each marker, so it takes the guesswork out of blending. I always start with the light color first, move to the medium, and then to the dark for my shadowing areas. Then I'll go back over the whole thing with the light, and when it dries, you'll see that very subtle blending of all three colors. Some recommendations have you do the light color first and then the dark, and then go over it with the medium. I like to do light, medium, dark, because the alcohol ink soaks into the paper, and if you already have the light and the medium there, the dark won't be so intense where it soaks in. It already has something there to blend with. It all depends on the look you're looking for. And there, he's all done, and I'll show you the close-up for a second there. Now we're going to move on to the leaves, and I added the veins with one of the tri-blend markers as well, and colored the little berry dots. And now I'm going to start putting everything together. And I always reference something that I've already made, so I don't have to go through that creative process all over again. Although I like to be creative, sometimes it's easier to just have a kit to put together, and it makes it so much more fun not to worry about how does this go, where does this go, does that look okay, does that not look okay. So it's fun to just go with the flow and watch the video and put it together, and you've got a really pretty layout at the end. And I'll tell you, these tweezers are my go-to for everything. I have arthritis in my fingers, and the tweezers make it so much easier to grab little pieces like this and adhere them all together. And I like to put them together off the paper, off the layout, so that if any glue does seep out, it seeps out onto that craft mat and not onto my layout. And then I can always rearrange it once I put it on the layout before I adhere it down permanently. And that's the best thing about that liquid adhesive, is you have a minute to adhere things and maneuver it to your liking. So now I'm going to start sticking everything down. And you don't have to follow the picture that I provide exactly. I do provide a picture of the layout with your kit, so you can refer back to it. You don't have to do it exactly as I do it. Use your creativity, make it fit for you, change the picture size, change the location of your elements, embellish it with other things that you may have in your stash. I just try to provide some ideas and inspiration. If you're interested in any of the kits that I show in my YouTube videos or on my Facebook page, please let me know. Don't be afraid to go check out my Facebook page and my other YouTube videos for ideas and inspiration. I love to share, I love to teach. And if you need anything, go to my Close to My Heart page for anything you might need. And there's some close-ups. This is a 2-page layout. That's the other side. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with me.